doctors, welcome. This video is related to the list of expenses in order to set up a new dental clinic. And I can help out in this list based on my expenses on my recently inaugurated new dental clinic. I am Dr. Tarun Mavadia from the Akshar Dental Academy. Let's begin. Hello doctors, in order to understand this complete list of expenses to set up a new dental clinic, I would like to list out these expenses in the order that I started my clinic setup, and later on as this video series is move forward, I am going to create a dedicated video on what should be the correct order to begin your work for a dental clinic setup and what are the common mistakes made under this order of work done. And by following this order of dental clinic setup, all the doctors can save a lot of money and most importantly lot of time, and they can set up their dental clinic faster. But today the topic of discussion is the list of expenses. So coming back to our topic, I am going to list out the expenses in the order that I got my dental clinic setup started. Before starting out this list, I would like to make you familiar with the arrangement in my dental clinic. At the beginning of the video, you already looked out at the final result of my new dental clinic. But now with the map of my dental clinic, I would like to make you just familiar with some of the areas, and based on that you will be able to relate it better when I list out the expenses and at what place they were done. So doctors, here is the layout of my new dental clinic. The total carpet area of my dental clinic is around 330 square feet with entrance on both front and back of the shop. I have a dental clinic setup with one dental chair. As you can see, this is the main entrance to my clinic and this is the waiting room area of my dental clinic. Here doctor is the door to my operating room, which is combined with my consultation room also. This is my consultation table or area, and this is my dental chair area or my working area. Doctors, here is third door in my dental clinic, and this is an entrance to my autoclaving room and store room. This room also has washroom area, water tank and other storage facilities for my dental clinic necessities. Also doctor, in my particular case, I have a shop which has entrance from front and back. So here is a door to the back entrance of my dental clinic. This is used as a spare entrance only by the staff and the doctor if required. Otherwise, the patient entry is always from the front door, that is the main entrance. So because I have a dental clinic which has entrance on both the sides, I had some extra expenses of partition, but this topic we will discuss at the end of the list. Now doctors, the list of the expenses and the order in which the different jobs were done is as follows. Doctors, we will divide the expenses into two major groups. Group number one will be non-dental expenses, or you can call it as an interior design or setup expenses. And the second group will be dental expenses, which includes expenses related to dental equipments, instruments, materials, etc. So for the first group of non-dental expenses, the list is as follows. Doctors, I started my renovation with my storeroom or washroom area. I got my washroom area designed and set up first. This room also has an storage water tank and also plumbing was required. So the total expense of this washroom area, including the toilet, storage, water tank, plumbing, etc., the material cost was approximately 15,000 rupees and the labor cost for this was approximately 10,000 rupees. This brings my storeroom expense around 25,000 rupees. Next, I got the POP or false ceiling done in my shop, and the false ceiling in my consultation room and my waiting room area costed me around 13,000 rupees. Next is the expenses of the glass partition. Doctors, as you all know now that I have shop with front and back entrance, so I require 4 different types of glass partitions in order to create 3 separate chambers. For most of the dental clinics, majorly 2 partitions will be required, and for few dental clinics with autoclaving and washroom area, maximum 3 partitions will be required. But here I am listing out my expenses, and finally we will create a master list and where we will keep these points into consideration. Right now my expenses of glass partitions were as follows. The front entrance glass partition is a full glass toughened partition. Okay, so it costed me around 24,000 rupees. Then the second partition in my waiting room area and the third partition in my consultation room area costed me approximately 18,000 rupees each. And lastly, the final partition at the back door entry of my dental clinic costed me 15,000 rupees. This brings the total glass partition expense to 75,000 rupees. Also doctors, the next expense was getting this glass frosted and some attractive stickers on them, and the total expense of glass frosting and stickering on them costed me around 11,000 rupees. The next job was getting the Bakelite sheets attached to the walls. Doctors, as you might have noticed that interior of the dental clinic looked little bit elegant and better compared to the walls with coloring. These Bakelite sheet are comparatively cheaper when you consider the cost of coloring your shop, and also these sheets are washable, waterproof, and they give an elegant look. They are also resistant to staining and dust, etc. So I find them as an economical option, as you can see on the screen, and they also give an elegant look. So the total expense of this Bakelite sheet is as follows. The total material costing of all the Bakelite sheets were approximately 12,000 rupees, and the labor charge to get them stick to my walls was approximately 5,000 rupees. This brings the Bakelite sheeting of walls on inside my dental clinic to approximately 17,000 rupees. The next job done was LED signboard. Doctors, this time for my dental clinic, I got an 2D LED signboard made, and this costed me around 20,000 rupees, including material and labor charges. Next thing that I got for my dental clinic was electricals. Okay, that includes wiring, lights, fans, switches, boards, etc. And here the total material costing was around 10,000 rupees and the labor charge was approximately 6,000 rupees. So the total electrical costing in my dental clinic was approximately 16,000 rupees. Next comes the expenses of the furnitures. My dental clinic has around 8 to 9 chairs, and this costed me around 10,000 of rupees. And also it has one waiting room table and one doctor's consultation table, which together costed me 10,000 rupees. So the total expenses of the furniture drops down to approximately 20,000 rupees. So doctors, finally the total costing of this group A, that is non-dental expenses or the expenses for interior design and setup, rounds up to 1,97,000 rupees, and we are going to round this up to 2 lakhs of rupees. Now doctors, definitely for majority of the dental clinic there will be little bit of money saving because I have 1 or 2 extra partition compared to your requirement, so you can deduct those money out of it. I have got an LED board design. You can save some money, 5 to 10,000 with some other options which we will discuss in another videos in this series. Okay, so there is a leeway space of around 20 to 30,000 of rupees for the doctors in budget. Yes, you can also save out money on the Bakelite seat if your dental clinic is on rent. But please remember doctors, every patient wants a 5-star treatment and they want very elegant places to get their treatment done. Okay, so at an expense of coloring, because if your shop is rented and if the coloring is new right now, it's okay, but with next 2 to 3 or 4 years there will be staining on your walls, and then getting your walls repainted will be a costlier affair. Compared to that, I find this seat as an economical option, and along with that, they will give an elegant look to your dental clinic. So yes, definitely this is an additional expense, but I would suggest every member to go with them if those seats are available in your area. So doctors, this was around 2 lakh of rupees of expense so for our interior designing. Now let us move to group B, that is dental expenses or expenses related to dental equipments, materials, etc. Doctors, here the expenses can be variable depending on different companies, brands, dealers, etc., or places from where you buy from. Okay, but still, here is an ballpark figure, and list is most important for the items that you will be requiring to set up a dental clinic. We have already made some videos regarding 13 important equipments necessary for a dental clinic, and we have made one more list of all the items that might be required for a dental clinic setup. So those videos are already on our channel. Have a look at those videos, but here is the list and along with the pricing or expenses for those items. So the list is as follows. So number one and major expense is definitely going to be dental chair. In general, a dental chair which is programmable with LED light, which is necessary, along with compressor, inbuilt scaler, inbuilt micromotors. These are necessary things. Doctors, please do get dental chairs which have inbuilt scalers and inbuilt motors. They give an elegant look to your dental chair. Approximately this full setup will cost you around 1.40 lakh to 1.70 lakh of rupees expenses depending on what brand etc you go with. Yes, there are definitely some extra premium chairs available. If you go with them, then your expenses will increase. But if you believe me doctors, I think the simpler the chair the better, and basically a dental chair works on water and air. Okay, so it does not matter much. The necessity items in a dental chair are programs with which you can electronically rise and lay down your dental chair. That is very much necessary. Next necessary item is LED light. You should not skip on the LED light. And the other necessary items are spittoon etc, which are provided with every dental chair. Here my suggestion will be little bit odd. I would suggest you to avoid those glass spittoons. They are difficult to maintain and they stain a lot with water scales. I would suggest you, if you can go with fixed ceramic spittoon, then I think they will last you longer, because those glass spittoons are movable. With repeated moving of them, the plastic pipes under them crack up. Now if you are somebody who can repair minor things yourself, then it will be not a difficult task for you. But if you are not skillful enough to do those things yourself, then I think it will be little bit of headache whenever such things occur. And doctors, for better and realistic suggestions, I suggest you to be part of our WhatsApp group. Details of those will be at the end of the video and also in the description of this video. You should be a part of that group and it will help you out a lot, I can assure you that. Moving further in our list, next expense falls down to X-ray machine. My recommendation will be wall mount X-rays each time, will cost you maximum up to 30,000 of rupees. Next expense is RVG. My recommendation is Expect Vision RVG from Unicorn Dent, and that will cost you around 60,000 of rupees with 5-year warranty. Next comes Apex Locator and Endomotor. Here I would recommend you to buy Apex Locator and Endomotor from a company called EndoKing, and they will be available as separate items, and both Apex Locator and Endomotor will cost you approximately 15,000 rupees. Next is your AC unit in your consultation room, and that will cost you approximately 30,000 of rupees. Next comes your dental materials like your cements, composites, extraction forceps, all those items necessary for dental treatments, and we will round this up to an expense of 1 lakh of rupees. In reality, this will cost you anywhere between 50 to 70,000 rupees maximum, but still we have rounded it up to 1 lakh of rupees for some expensive or premium materials if necessary for the doctor. Next is a very important setup for a new dental clinic setup, and that is 2 screen setups and an intraoral camera and a CPU. we have made an extended list on intraoral cameras and what computer and laptop etc. to be used. So go through those videos, and total costing of two LED screens, one 24-inch screen, one 32-inch screen, along with a CPU which will work your RVGs and intraoral camera etc., and along with an expense of intraoral camera, will cost you around 25,000 of rupees. Yes, everything will be in this price budget range. If you go with a laptop, then only laptop might cost you 25,000 rupees or more. But here you are getting two LED screens, one 32-inch screen on your consultation table, one 24-inch screen on your dental chair, and along with that you are getting a CPU or a computer which is going to last you very long. And please remember, CPUs are very easy to maintain, repair and upgrade. We have made an extended video on this. Go through that video, it will impart you better knowledge what is better for our dental use, CPU or a laptop. So this expense falls down to 25,000 rupees. Next in the list is some minor expenses like dental clinic's file, visiting card, pamphlets for brushing etc. to be printed, and we have rounded up this expense to approximately 10,000 rupees. And lastly, doctors, we have allotted 1 lakh of rupees for miscellaneous expenses. Those expenses can be around 15 to 20,000 of rupees for your opening ceremony, which will include some pamphlet distribution, getting ice creams for the people coming to wish you, and getting the clinic decorated for one day. Yes, doctors, this is necessary. When I set up my dental clinic, like any other dentist, I also tried to cheap out on this opening ceremony. Believe me, it was one of the major mistake on my part. So here I am again trying to tell you from the mistakes that I have made. Please do not cheap out on the opening ceremony. Okay, try to call up as many people as possible for the ceremony. Maximum it is going to cost you 30 to 50 rupees for one or two ice cream cup that they are going to use. But please remember, anytime in their lifetime, whenever they are going to visit you, that money can be easily recovered. Okay, so looking at the business sense, it is a very good deal to get as many visiting cards or invitation cards printed as possible, and invite as many people as you can. Okay, call the people you know and to their friends also, and try to collect as many people for the setup as possible. Yes, definitely they are not going to visit your dental clinic immediately because it is newly set up dental clinic, but they will at least remember that you had invited them. And later on in life, when you are 2, 3, 5 years experience, once in a while they are definitely going to visit you, and then at that point of time, depending on your skills, convincing power and your confidence, you can either make or break the deal. Okay, but the first step is to invite them. To make sure, please invite all your family members, your neighborhood people, their relatives etc., and most importantly, go personally and invite your neighborhood shops and people around your clinic areas. Try to keep good relations with them. Okay, it matters a lot. This is not the topic of discussion right now. In our future videos we will discuss something about opening ceremony etc., but right now this is my recommendation to you. That is why we have allotted around 15 to 20,000 of rupees for such expenses. Doctors, other expenses in this 1 lakh of miscellaneous expenses can be 10,000 rupees for pamphlet distribution around your area. Okay, and this is just to let the people know that there is a new dental clinic setting up. Okay, and I have some innovative ideas for this pamphlet distribution and what is to be printed under them. Not a topic of discussion right now, but definitely we will discuss it later on. Next, some other expenses are 5,000 rupees for some decorative piece inside your dental clinic, like fancy watches, stickers etc., wall pieces etc., and other 5,000 rupees for surgical gowns or scrubs, whatever you prefer, and also apron and head cap which is necessary for your dental assistant. Doctors, please remember, every institute has an uniform, and similarly there are some uniforms for doctors and assistant. If you are well dressed and your assistants are well dressed, it creates a good impression. It makes the patient feel like they are in a medical facility, and this really adds to the experience of the patient. So similarly, it is not going to cost you 1 lakh of rupees, but still we have allotted 1 lakh of rupees for this miscellaneous expenses. And finally, doctors, these expenses in the B group, that is dental related expenses, totals up to around an amount of approximately 4,90,000 of rupees. So we will round it up to 5 lakh of rupees. So in total, doctors, the expenses of non-dental items in group A was 2 lakh and expenses of dental related items in group B was 5 lakh. So total expenses of your dental clinic setup can turn up to be maximum 7 lakh of rupees. So doctors, please remember, I have calculated some extra expenses also. So for the doctors on a very tight budget, you can definitely conclude a dental clinic setup within 5 lakh of rupees. In future, whenever time permits, we will make a list for some doctors on a very tight budget, what will be the essential items and what can be the minimum things you can go for, and we will make an extensive list at that point of time. But right now, in general, with medium expenses and little bit of elegant clinic setup, it can cost you maximum 7 lakh of rupees. But doctors, I would recommend every doctors to have an budget of 10 lakh of rupees in order to set up their dental clinic. So what are these 3 lakh rupees extra for? These 3 lakh of rupees extra are as your backup funds, particularly for the doctors who are going to set up a dental clinic on rent. Okay, you should have a contingency plan with you. Not every month are going to be good, and when you start up your dental clinic, you should be prepared for some financial crunches. Okay, doctors, when I was about to start my dental clinic, I was informed by some of my friends and senior colleagues, etc., to be prepared financially for 1,000 days. Consider that for 1,000 days there are not going to be any patient in your dental clinic, and that much fund should be present with you. Now, this was a drastic measure or drastic words to put at it, but still, I would like you to put at least 3 lakh of rupees. It is not compulsory to have 3 lakh of rupees, but try to keep some fund. It can be 50,000 or 1 lakh of rupees, etc. Okay, keep them aside for you, because you are definitely going to have ups and downs in your dental practice, particularly when your dental clinic is new. Now, sometimes what happens, we as a dentist know that this treatment plan is not good and it is not going to survive, and case can be broken down or patient will have major complaint recently or after few months or years. But sometimes due to financial problems, we go ahead with the treatment plan because everybody will have to make their ends meet, and every doctor or everybody in life in their beginning of their job, business, practice have done this. Nobody can refuse it. Even I have done this. Sometimes we are lucky, then no complications are created. Some doctors are not so much lucky, then complications are created and it creates a bad impression, or some of the other losses have to be bad. So in order to avoid such pressures, if you have some backup plan, then you can stick to your ethics, you can stick to a correct plan, and you can confidently inform the patient that this is the right treatment plan. What you are willing me to do is not a right thing to do, and I will not be able to help you out with it. And patient might not go with the plan that you are suggesting, but patient will at least appreciate that doctor took up his ground and stick with it, and this shows your confidence. Okay, so it is not necessary to have 3 lakhs of rupees, but at least try to keep 2 to 3 rents as a spare money. Okay, and 2 to 3 salaries of your dental assistant. Please remember, doctors, if you set up a new dental clinic at anywhere, according to me, within next 3 to 6 months, for a dental clinic to do work up to 20 to 30,000 of rupees in total is not that much hard. Now, if your rents are very much high, then it is going to be a little bit troublesome for you. And we have made an extensive video on related to how to set up a clinic on rent and important points to be kept in mind. Okay, and we also discuss something to motivate people that if you have some old shops with you, then do not try to waste more time in your life and start your dental practice with whatever you have. So those are videos already on our channel. Please try to have a look at it. My one recommendation to the doctors who are planning or who are going to set up a new dental clinic, I request you to go to our recent upload list and go to the most bottommost or the first video that we uploaded, irrespective of the topic, irrespective to your conscience suggesting you that this is not applicable to you. Believe me, start looking at the videos from the very first part. even though the videos of our credibility or videos on the internship, they will provide you some or the other extra knowledge, okay, and it will be definitely worth your time. Okay, so doctors, if you want to do something good, please, it is not that I want to increase my watching hours or etc., but it will really help you out. There are so many doctors who have messaged us many times that your videos really gave me a new process of thinking, and it really helps out somebody or the other. Okay, so my request to you is that if you're planning to do something, look at the videos. Headings might be something else, but there are so many things extra we discuss in a video, and it will definitely be worth your time. And also you should be aware how to watch an educational video and how to watch an entertainment video. Please do not fast forward it, sometimes important details are missed on it. Okay, so whenever look at the video's total time, and whenever you have that much time, then only start the video and watch it completely. Okay, so do look at those videos. And doctors, here we conclude our list. So in total around 7 lakh of rupees of budget, you can set up something which I have shown you in the starting of the video. Okay, it is practically possible, and that is why I have rounded up to 7 lakh of rupees. It does not mean that I belong to a medium category town, then here things will be cheaper, and if you are from a bigger town or a metro city, then your expense will go to 10 lakh of rupees. No, these expenses might have variation of 5 to 10 or 15,000 rupees, not more than that. Only labor charges in some things will be more, but materials also might be available cheaper in a metro town because of competition. So it generally balances out. Okay, if you want to set up something cheaper than this, then as I told you, you can definitely do that. And in this expenses of 7 lakh of rupees, I have around 35,000 rupees of extra cost, okay, because of the 2 extra partitions I have. So for the doctors who are having around 200 square feet of area, I think for such doctors, setting up waiting room area and another room for consultation and dental chair together is the only possibility in 200 square feet. So there they will require only one partition in front and one partition in middle. So their expenses of 2 partition around 35 lakh of rupees drops down from this list. For the doctors who have carpet area of around 300 square feet, there it is possible for them to design a autoclaving room, so they will require 3 partitions. So again, one expense of the last partition will be removed from this costing. Okay, so that is how little bit of discrepancies can come in your expenses, and it will balance out, but maximum that might be required will be 7 lakh of rupees. Addition to that, I would suggest you to keep 3 lakh of rupees, and yes, keep those 3 lakh of rupees aside. And I pray, I wish for every dentist that you never get a chance to use that money out, but after 3 to 5 years of your practice, when you are stable enough and now you are making enough money, at that point of time, this saved out 3 lakh of rupees will get converted into few more amount with interest, and at that point of time, now it is time for you to upgrade. So now you can upgrade either your dental clinic, okay, with LED boards, etc., if you have not got them done, with brachylight sheets, etc. But if you have got all of those things done, then you can upgrade your dental clinic with some advanced equipments like physio dispensers, implant kit, your microscope, conscious sedation machines. There are so many possibilities present. Okay, so in a way you can do this, but yes, for the doctors who are on a budget, and if you are having 5 to 6 or 7 lakh of rupees, and if you found a good enough shop, then do not try to waste your time thinking that I don't have contingency money. God is always here to help everybody out. I have faced this so many times. I have designed 4 dental clinics myself, okay, and I have 3 dental clinics, but the recently made dental clinic I have shifted from one place to other place, so I got the previous one also designed by myself. So I have 3 dental clinics. I have experience of setting up 4 dental clinics for my own, and I have experience of helping so many doctors out in setting up their dental clinic at different places of India. So believe me, God is always here to provide us. So at least start up the work, okay, and we are here to help you out. Okay, doctors, a very important notice. Earlierly, when our group was smaller, our subscribers were less, we were able to answer everybody personally on WhatsApp. Now it is becoming little bit difficult with my number of clinic increasing, my academies students increasing, and our courses list increasing, and along with that our subscribers increasing and our WhatsApp group members also increasing, where we daily discuss and try to answer all the questions of our doctors. So we are not skipping out from our promise in answering your questions, but we are changing little bit of policies to do that. Please do join our WhatsApp group, and whatever question you have related to dentistry, do post them in the group. There are some excellent doctors who are going to answer those questions for you, and I will try my level best within 24 to 48 hours to answer your questions. Doctors, please remember, okay, I have my own clinic to run, my academy to run, okay, I have my own social life, I have some of my associations in our city to help out and to go for, okay. So we are not Google that as soon as you type your question answer will be immediate, but we will try to give you right answer as soon as possible. But now for the doctors giving us personal DM, I receive so many DMs daily from so many companies and so many people, etc. It practically becomes difficult to answer everything, and sometimes in this mess they go out unnoticed, and you might feel that we are ignoring you, but in actual situation it was an honest mistake. So in order to get your answers cleared up, we suggest you to join our WhatsApp group, where we make it a point to answer your question as soon as possible. And meanwhile, there are so many excellent doctors from throughout the India to help you out and to guide you out. Along with that, doctors, we are going to start our free composite course, and video related to that has already been posted in the group. So if you are still thinking about it, it's free. Do join it out, okay? And I can assure you it will be a complete course for you. Even though you are practicing composites, if you have time, do join it up, okay? Either you will get to learn something new, or with your experience you might teach us something new. So it is a win-win situation for all of us. If you can spare the time, do be a part of it, okay? And by this we want to just make the people aware that sometimes we are doing treatments and we might feel that our treatments are working, but you should be up to trend what is happening new and what is practically done by some other doctors. Believe me, I have learned so many things in such manner, okay. And you can give your inputs and teach us something new, and with our own practical experiences, etc., you might realize something which you were already knew but you were not practicing it up with some proof. You might feel trying those things out, okay. So be a part of it, and main purpose is to get associated with some of the other activity related to dentistry, so that you are up to the mark. And particularly for the senior doctors, you can be made aware where the trends are going and what is happening new in dentistry, okay. So if you can spare time, do join us, and it will be definitely worth your time, and I can assure you, you will be definitely impressed by this course out, okay. So that's all from me on this topic, doctors. See you all in yet another interesting video related to dentistry. Till then, stay tuned to the channel. Thank you.